Hello, everyone. You are listening to The Window Seat on WRGW, and today we have the highest honor of interviewing a member of our favorite band, Emma Proulx. Emma is one of three members of the Quebec-based band Men I Trust. In August of last year, they released their incredible fourth LP, the Untourable Album, and have been touring since the fall. If you missed out, you still have a chance to catch them on their Euro tour or later this summer alongside acts like Krungbin and Courtney Barnett.
Welcome, Emma, and thank you for joining us today. Could you introduce yourself and your other band members to the listeners,
Yes.
for those who do not know?
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm sorry, I have if I have a raspy voice, I have a throat issue, so sorry about it. I'm Emma, and the other two band members are Desi and Dragash, and we've been a band since like 2000, and I don't know, it's been like 6 or 7 years, I would say. So, yeah.
Thank you. First of all, we just wanted to say congratulations on getting your driver's license. Have you gotten the chance to enjoy the road yet?
Oh, yeah, I've been having my driver license for a while. I don't know, maybe band members are recent drivers, but yeah, I've been having it since I'm 18, I think.
I'm sorry about that. We saw that Instagram post, so we thought you had just gotten it.
Oh, my driver license! Yeah, I did have a permit. You're so right about it. Yeah, I was driving illegally because it was not like you have to reissue it, and I forgot to do it. So yeah, thank you. You're right. I got my driver license back. It was expired.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, no. But yeah, we were wondering what your childhood was like and if playing in a band and creating music was something that you always dreamed about.
Yeah, I had a very great childhood. I'm a lucky kid. I had great parents, and they always allowed me to explore art. So starting at 5, I had like piano lessons, and that I pursued until I was like 18. I was doing ballet, and art was really an important part of my upbringing, and so I feel super privileged about that. I always wanted to do music, but I never thought I could make a living out of it. So yeah. But it happened, and I could thank my parents for that forever, because yeah, they always encouraged me to pursue everything art related.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Jumping off of that, what does your family think of your music now?
Of my music now?
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's it. Yeah, they're super supportive. Yeah, they like it a lot, and they always come to, when we play in the city that they always come to the shows, and yeah, they're still pretty supportive. I'm very close to my family, and yeah, just positive comments all the time.
Wow, that's really cool.
I don't know if I understood the question right.
Oh, no, yeah, you did.
Okay, cool.
And we're also just wondering how you took that step from just enjoying music and getting to more of a professional career base. Were you ever in like any bands before joining Jesse and Dragos?
No bands at all, but I think it always has been a dream of mine. I always played music, but I was more solo. And Menace was, it exists before I was there. So Dragash and Jesse created the band, and I saw the band live, I think 1 or 2 times. And I was a huge fan. I loved how it sounded, the live shows and everything. And Dragash saw a video of me singing with friends on social media, but I was super shy of singing in front of people. It was really like, one time I was with friends, and so Dragash called me. He was like, "Yeah, I like your voice. Let's try to record something." And from that moment on, it never stopped. And yeah, I was, for me, just to be part of a band or be with people who shared that same passion was like I never thought in my wildest dream we could like make a living out of it. And yeah, so I was super motivated from the start because it was like pending. I was waiting for it in my subconscious, I feel.
Wow, that's really exciting. And me and Tim were also fans of the band before you joined, and then seeing the progression and how you've evolved over time has been really inspirational.
Thank you so much.
But yeah, Men I Trust is very unique in that you control most parts of the musical process from production to release. So could you talk about being self-reliant for any aspiring artists or even listeners who might not know what that entails?
Yeah. At the beginning, like every band, we wanted to be signed by a label, but it was not, we didn't have like great offer. So we all learned to do everything ourselves. And Jesse and Dragos are super resourceful. They're fast learners, so they just learn to do everything by themselves. And I feel that it's something we would not change that for anything right now, because it gives us a lot of mainly creative freedom and momentum freedom, meaning that if we want to release something, it can be out like the next day if we feel like it. You know, we don't have to just wait a year for an album to be ready and stuff. It's a lot of work for sure. It's not always easy, but the results really worth the extra work. Yeah, I would say.
Wow, thanks for sharing that.
It's well worth it. It's well worth it.
Definitely, so much freedom. So the Untourable album title, along with the instrumental nature of a lot of the songs, implies that they were never intended to be played live. How has it felt to be performing these songs on tour now?
It was a great surprise because a lot of songs, as you said, were not planned to be played live. That's why we called it Untourable Album, because it was in the midst of COVID. So they were a great surprise because we had to rediscover them by playing them live. And for most of the song, I would say I enjoy it even more with the live instruments. So it's a very fun thing to try to maximize it for the live, and it gives the song another life. And we did a live session of Uncle Jazz, and we're planning on doing like live version of Untourable, and I feel it's going to be super exciting to hear kind of the live version of these songs, because I love them live.
Wow, that's incredible. Like, we both are huge fans of the Forever live sessions, and we even came to your DC show at Union Stage, and all of the songs that you performed sounded really fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
We even, no worries. We even got the chance to meet you. I don't know if you remember after the show, but Jesse was wearing his Snoopy t-shirt, and I complimented it, and he took it off and gave it to me and walked off.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know if he remembers that, but thank you, Jesse, for the shirt. I'll have to give him one in return.
So besides your musical equipment, do you have any must-have items that you bring with you on tour when you're with the boys?
Besides my musical instruments?
Yeah.
No, I would say I pretty much packed like the things I want to wear and my instruments. That's it. And I don't have anything like a lucky charm or anything like that. I pack my bags of clothes and and the instruments, and we try to put it as minimal as we can. But I don't know. I always have the biggest bag for some reason, and maybe I'll get it someday. I'll pack lighter. That's my next challenge.
Got it. And do you have any rituals or traditions that you do before or after a live show?
It's crazy. It's a question a lot of people ask, and we didn't have one until we had a light guy added to the team, and he always do kind of a handshake, motivational, like kind of hug before the show. I would need to be live to show you, but since he's there, he's like, no, you cannot start a show without something like that. Yeah, like you need something. And so, yeah, that allows me to answer that, yes, we do have a head take now. But before him, like 2 months ago, we didn't have anything or nothing special.
Yeah, no, I love that. And something else you talk about a lot is your love for Asian food as you tour, but we were wondering if you ever cook or bake at all yourself.
Yes, I do. I try, yeah. I don't know if I'm good, but yeah, I try to have the basic ingredients in my pantry and try to reenact the good things that I eat. Some things are impossible for me to find here because I'm pretty much in the middle of nowhere, but the things I can get, or I order so I can get like good like fermented bean paste and stuff like that that are impossible for me to find in Canada.
That's cool. And just another fun question, but we were wondering what a perfect day would look like to you.
Well, my life is split in two, so there's like days on tour and days at home. So, what would you like me to explore on? Like a day when I'm at home or a day when I'm on tour? You choose.
I'd like to hear a day when you're at home.
Okay, at home, if I can wake up early, I'm going to be super happy. So waking up with the sun, things that I'm not always able to do. And then having a great cup of coffee, a dark black cup of coffee, like filtered coffee with my old machine. Cheap coffee, but it's good. And I get to play with my dog, and we go outside. He's a super active dog. He needs like 2 or 3 hours of exercise every day. So we need to walk a lot. There's a forest behind my house. So, yeah, take a good walk with my dog and then go back inside and be productive, I would say, like have a good afternoon, like playing music or recording or do anything band-related so that I can feel good about the night. And then, you know, by night, like have a good dinner, cook good dinner, and watch a movie or read a good book. Like I recently, I stopped reading, and now it's something that I rediscovered. It sounds crazy for me to say, but yeah, I have a renewed love with reading. So yeah, I would say reading and then go to bed. It's pretty normal, but yeah, that would be a good day for me.
No, that sounds fantastic. And are you reading anything good lately?
Yeah, I would say like French literature because it's my first language. So I've read a lot of French Édition Blanche Gallimard, you know, classic. And so I ordered also like Dostoevsky and like harder read, but I didn't start that yet. So.
That's okay. Maybe after tour.
Yeah, maybe or during.
Or during, yeah.
Thank you for describing your perfect day. In a recent interview, you talked about making music on tour and mentioned how the band made the song Norton Commander in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
How does making music on tour different from creating music in your cozy home?
I think it's more visceral in the sense that like if it comes out more quickly. And it's just something that's going to pop out of your head while you're, like, in the car. So then you have to just, like, write it down super quickly. So when that happens, it's like a gift because there's songs that are almost, like, finished from the start, if that makes sense. Like, you can rework it, but it really has to come in shape, like, kind of quickly. We do have our computers, but, it needs to be lighter like a production speaking. So yeah, these are songs that they come out more quickly.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And something I personally love about the band is all of the creative avenues you explore. For example, the production on the garage sessions, and I love the fact that the music videos are shot in 8mm film. So
thank you.
How do you come up with these ideas and then, like, execute them?
Jaggish is pretty good with videos. So for the garage session, he really, like, set the 2 cameras himself. And so you'll see, like, in this zoomed shot, he's not even in the shot because, you know, like, it has to zoom and stuff like that. So, and for the the film camera, we always love the effect of film. So we try to like mix like work and art. So like while we're on tour, we cannot do music videos, so I'll not do both at the same time. And for us, these are good. These are a good way of expressing ourselves. Yeah. And
really
it's
cool.
always an interest we had, like video, like we don't like split like creativity, like there's no category. So the visual is as important as it is as the music would be.
Wow. I also do film videos, so I was just really inspired by them as well. But are there any other creative projects that you haven't had the chance to explore yet, but you want to?
I guess we're working on more music. And super quickly it's taking form. Other medium for the moment, I would say no. We try to focus on like music and visual support. It's never enough, so we try to push that even further. Yeah.
Well, we're very excited for the new music. We can never get enough.
Thank you so much.
When creating music, do you ever experience creative blocks where it feels like nothing works out in your favor? And if so, how do you deal with this?
Oh, yeah. And I think for that, it's like when you're doing an exam and then you stop on one question and it doesn't move. You need to go out or you need to skip the question and you need to do something else. So yeah, don't try to make something out of. You need to know when to stop working on something that is not giving you anything, I would say. It's hard to know when to stop working on something that it's not working, but you need to be able to stop when it's not going anywhere. Sleep on it and then re-listen, and
That's great advice.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, don't apologize. Similar to that, can you describe your album creation process and what types of things you draw inspiration from?
Oh, inspiration is in everything. Like, really, from, like, walking outside, from an old music video, from a movie, from video games. So it's too broad to say, like, oh, we would find inspiration in that. Like, living life would be inspiration. I know it sounds super cliche, but I cannot pinpoint, like, something in particular. And for the creative process, it's really like we don't like work together, like we don't jam. It's pretty individual. So we have like huge Dropbox, and we send each other idea, and then we just work on one layer at a time, and then someone is going to open the file and then add something, and then we work by layers. And that's pretty much the way we work. Yeah.
Thank you for describing your process.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's pretty individual. And then after we all touched it, like by ourselves, it gives like a nice song. And I guess a lot of the sound has to do with the way we work and in that order, if that makes sense.
Wow. Similar to that, something we noticed is that the new record has a distinctly new sound from Uncle Jazz, but it is still cohesive and like undeniably Men I Trust. So does that shift? Yeah, no, of course. Does that shift just come naturally as you guys are working on the music?
Yeah, we don't plan or we just try to do. We try to create. We always try to do something new, and we don't really think about it. I guess it's like maybe a bit poisonous to be like, oh, let's be in the same place or let's go the other way. It's just, I think the best way to do it is to forget about it and be 100% ourselves and try to explore more and try to challenge ourselves. And so that may be why it sounds like us, but different. And explore new sounds. And Untourable was really like a slow evolution, and we had a lot of time to just play with the songs and the textures and everything. So yeah, I guess it's perceivable.
Wow. Yeah.
Definitely. And jumping back to inspiration, I know you said it's hard to know where you draw it from, but I noticed that there's many nature themes in your songs, like Something in Water, Serenade of Water, Poplar Tree, and Tides. Is this a common source of inspiration for your music?
Yeah, well, I guess, like, now that you're bringing it up, for sure, and I feel it is for many artists, as, like, nature is, like, the start and the end of everything. But, I never noticed how much water is, like, present in our reference. We live by the river, and it's an endless source of calm and question for us. So, yeah, I'm sure it has something to do with where we're living and that fascination for water.
Well, have you ever considered moving back to the city at all, or do you guys like the isolated small town vibes for now?
I had a few urges to go back to the city in the last month, and then I go one weekend, I see my friend, I eat in a good restaurant, and then I'm good. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm going sometimes, but to live there full time, it's not an urgent need yet. And when we go on tour, then it just balances out the calm that we have at home. So we see so many people in such a short time that, like, I'm filled with, like, all my social needs.
Yeah, no, I definitely relate to that. I also like the more nature-surrounded areas.
It's a good balance. And with my I think he would have a hard time in the city.
That's funny. But yeah, going back to the Untourable album, one of my favorite tracks is Oh Dove. I love the use of, like, the synths, and the ending melody on the piano is really beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. I just wanted to ask, like, what that song might mean to you or the band.
Yeah. It's about an accident.
Oh, okay.
A friend that had an accident, and so that's his, like, the state that he feel after being stuck in the hospital for like a week, and it's about it.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing.
I don't want to tell too much about it. I don't know if I'm allowed.
No, we wouldn't want you to.
Yeah, but you're not done. You just broke a bone. That's pretty much like when you're recluded in a hospital, and then your world becomes so small, and then that friend came back home, and that's the story of Ho Dove.
Oh, gotcha.
So we noticed that on your Bandcamp website, you sell many different physical forms of your music, including records, and there was even an Uncle Jazz cassette. So this is kind of a broad question, but we wanted to ask why you think that physical copies have been so popular in a time like today where streaming is so accessible.
I think just because streaming is so accessible, you will have, like, that nostalgia of physical thing. It's just, I think for me it goes hand in hand. I don't know how to explain that. But the more, like, digital music is going to be accessible, I feel the more we've got to feel to have, like, a thing to make more like a ceremony around music. I feel it's not a need that is going to disappear. And
Wow.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm not clear. I'm sorry.
No, that was perfect.
All right.
So going back to the city in Montreal specifically, that's kind of been a hub for different artists, as you mentioned, due to, like, its affordability and community aspects. We've also noticed that you've maintained continuity on tour with artists like Michael Sayer and Tess Roby.
Yeah.
So we're kind of just wondering, are there any artists that you're particularly close with, and, like, what you gain from those relationships? I
mean, everybody that we tour on, we're close friends, and that makes even like harder to switch. When we tour with like Michael Sayers, the band is so great that we're like, okay, now we need to do something else, and it's hard for us to differentiate like job and friendship. It's the same for us. So every time we're with another band, it's close friendship. So these are artists that we're really close to. We were supposed to have Gabrielle Chang. She's a Quebec artist, and it has been postponed. We can't wait to have Luten. She's a European artist, and we're all friends to start with. Yeah.
So the last thing we wanted to ask you was, do you have any plans with the boys after you finish touring this year?
Yeah. We're working, like, it's early to say, but we're working on a lot more new music. So an album maybe.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's always like it's ongoing. When we're not touring, we're in a creative process. So yeah, it's going to be about new music. Maybe 2 weeks of vacation, but then going back.
Yeah, you definitely need some sort of break after constantly being on the move.
Yeah. But yeah, we have a pretty calm life otherwise, so it's not that bad. It's good. It's our balance.
I think that's all we had for our questions for the show. So we're just going to wrap up, and thanks everyone for listening. But
thank you so much.